What did your parents' divorce teach you about relationships?
It taught me that the norm isn't always applicable in every scenario because I went to go and live with my dad full time. So I was going back and forth, like 4 days with my mom, 3 days with my dad, back and forth up until I was 11. No, up until I was 13. Got divorced when I was 11. Then when I was 13, I told my mom, like, yo, I'm going to go live with my dad full time. She was like, how come? And I was like, I don't want two homes. I want one home. Like, I wanted to, and my dad was living out my childhood home where like I grew up. Uh, and then I told her like, look, like I want to grow up to be a man. Like you can't do that. You're a woman.
How old were you?
I was 13.
You said that?
Yeah, I was like, you can't. I mean, it's pretty foundational thinking. Like, I was like, I want to grow up to like be a man, and you're a woman. So if I grow up with you, you're gonna raise me to be a woman. If I grow up with my dad, you're gonna raise me to be a man. Like that. That was my logic at the time, you know. Anyway, I chose to live with my dad full time. I've been living with him full time since. Then when I was like 16, my dad remarried. So she's now my stepmom. She's great. I don't know. So now they live together. I live with them. And then my mom doesn't live far. She was like fucking 15 minutes away.
What did you say it taught you about relationships, though?
I think it just taught me that you can always trust people to be people. You know? Like, you can't force anyone to do anything. You can't you can't control anyone to any degree. And people are gonna do whatever they want to do, and you just gotta learn to maneuver around that, you know? Because once someone's made the commitment themselves to go and do something, like there's nothing you can really do to change that, you know? And you gotta learn how to move on that. Is also the fact that you don't have to trust people that you're around. They just have to be predictable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just have to know that if we're friends, I don't have to trust you 100%. I just have to trust in my ability to read the fact that if we were in any particular situation, I could predict what you were going to do, so I'm not let down when you do it, you know? And I think that's actually a pretty big life lesson, I would say. That's something that I definitely use now, even, you know? Just as a way of being friends with people that you don't 100% trust.
Because people are shitty and most people aren't trustworthy. I fully agree with that. I've definitely fall to that framework of like if they're predictable and I feel like the variables are controlled, then we can have a fun relationship. But sometimes you overestimate how much you can predict people. Sometimes you underestimate how intelligent someone really is.
There's a lot of projection involved too. Like, you would think, why the fuck would anyone do that? That's so stupid. But that's not how they see it.